Hello, okay guys, good morning. So, welcome back sa atong video lecture and we are about numerical integration. So, we all know that calculus is the mathematics of change, no? So, because engineers continuously deal with systems and processes that change. So, laging may changes. We always adapt on to changes and processes. So when we say differentiate, it is to mark off by differences or to perceive the difference in or between. So na ay changes. And derivative serves as the fundamental vehicle for differentiation. It represents the rate of change of a dependent variable with respect to an independent variable. So mathematically, it's depicted as the figure in the screen. When we always say derivative, there's a rate of change representations. So meron yung delta, ito, these symbols. Okay, where y and f of x are alternative representatives for the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. So if delta x approaches to 0, the difference becomes a derivative. Differentiation and integration are linked processes that are inversely related. So mathematically, evaluation of integral is, so yung I integral is the inverse of the differentiation. So they always uh, comes in relation with each other. Okay, so if you will get uh, the integral of this equation, so ito yung lalabas. Pupunin mo naman yung differential nitong equation na to, ito naman ang lalabas. So I hope you already had a background on differentiation and integration. So first we have some non-computer methods for differentiation and integration. So, but differentiation we already discussed it first. Okay, so the function to be differentiated or integrated will typically be in one of the following three forms. So first we'll have a simple continuous function such as polynomial, exponential, or a trigonometric functions. And letter B is a complicated continuous function that is difficult or impossible to differentiate or integrate directly. And letter C, a tabulated function where values of x and f of x are given at a number of discrete points. So as is often the case with experimental or field data. So it has three forms. So this uh, three forms. So first method, we have the equal area graphical differentiation, wherein the x and y values are tabulated and for each interval a simple divide the difference delta y over delta x employed to estimate the slope. So we have here the x values and the y is the functions. Sorry. First thing we will graph uh, the x values. Oh my god. Okay. So these are the data, the values of x and the value of the functions of y, and we will compute for each derivative change in delta y over the delta x. Then plot natin yung x values and we will get their differentiation. So from 0 to 3 value ng x, we have the value of 66.7. So ito yun. So ito plot mo natin yung functions do. Then ito siya. Then from 3 to 6, it has a value of 50. 3 to 6. Okay, then 6 to 9, 40. Then 9 to 15, we have 30. So from this 30. And then 15 to 18, 83.3. Okay. Then from there center, the equal graphical differentiation. So Nag-plot siya dapat. Then we will plot a graph. Then makita tayo yung mga area. The negative and the positive areas. So from there, the rates at given values of x. So kahit anong values doon na x can be read from the curve. So from this curve, we can read the value of example the derivatives of from 0 to 3 dy dx is 76.5. So from these points, the derivatives of uh, point 3. So from this graph, so this the three values, this value, the class here is approximately 7.5, and from point x, point 6, the value is within 45, and 9, 36.25. So ayan lang. Okay, so that is for the equal area differentiation. You will get the values on the graph. Now we have another method is the use of grid. So we have a graph here, and this is the function. So we graph the functions. It's used to approximate an integral by plotting the function on a grid and count the number of boxes that approximate the area. So example from point A to B. So ito yung mga area, boxes na area. Bilangin natin yung mga boxes, and each box dapat pare-parehas ang kanyang area. So this number multiplied by the area of each box provides an estimate of the total area under the curve. So that's the integral of this function using grid approximate integral. Then another is the use of rectangles or strips. It's also used to approximate an integral wherein the area are divided with the height equal to the function value at the midpoint of each strip. So the area of the rectangles can then be calculated and summed to estimate the total area. So again, we will plot the functions. So let's say from point to A to B. So dapat equal kanyang mga width. Okay, we'll divide this into equal width. Then, yun. Compute natin yung area ng mga rectangles to get the approximate value of the integral. So in this case, we have the continuous functions, which are not originally in discrete form. So it is usually a simple proposition to use the given equation to generate a table of values. So in this figure, so this is the functions, and we'll have some values of the x and compute for the value of the functions. So substitute na natin mga values na to the functions, and we will compute for the f of x. And then we will plot these points. Okay, 1.25, 0.75, and 0.25. So here, then we get the rectangular method, and then we will plot the functions. Yeah, and then we can compute for the area of the rectangles, and then we'll get the value of the integrals. So determination of the mean of continuous function can be applied to determine the mean or average of the continuous functions. For the interval from A to B, so integration is used for this purpose. So mean is the average. So this is the formula for the computation of the mean. Okay, so those are the non-numerical methods. So we'll go to numerical methods into getting the integral of the function. So number 2, we have the Newton-Cotes integration formulas. So it's the most common numerical integration schemes based on the strategy of replacing a complicated functions or tabulated data with an approximating function that is easy to integrate. So kumbaga, simplify mo lang siya yung mga complicated data. So this method is used for the complex functions. So the first method, we have the trapezoidal rule, which corresponds to the case where the polynomial is first order. So we have the integrals of the functions f of x dx. So area under this first order polynomial is an estimate of the integral of f of x between the limits of a and b. So I is equal to b minus a f of a plus f of b divided by 2. So that is the trapezoidal rule formula. So if you notice, it's based on the area of the trapezoid. So we have here the f of x. So in this graph, so we have here this is the functions. So this is the point on the functions of a, and this is the uh, point for the functions of b. So we have the limits, the a and b. So if you will notice, if you will know the how to compute the formula for the trapezoid, that's equals to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 divided by times h. Okay, so this is the formula for the area of a trapezoid. 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times 8. So in this case, so what is the height would be b minus a. So that is the height. So the base 1, that will be the functions of f of a, and the base 2, this is the functions of b, then divided by 2. So pwede natin nilagay dyan ng 1/2 f of a plus f of b multiplied by b minus a. So ayan, kasi tinawag na trapezoidal rule kasi base siya sa trapezoid. So the error for trapezoidal rule, so when employing the integral under a straight line segment to approximate the integral under a curve, so error may be substantial as through error that equals to negative 1 over 12 double derivative of the functions of f double prime multiplied by epsilon multiplied by b minus a raised to cube. So in this method, it's not uh, actually accurate, no? So if you will notice, there's some big space or areas dito na hindi na consider. So nag-base lang siya sa this area of the trapezoid under this function. So if the function is too steep, so hindi natin makukuha yung this area. So lalaki yung error mo. Okay. So this area or space would become the error. So we have here some examples. So use trapezoidal rule to numerically integrate the function f of x is equals to 0.2 plus 25 x minus 200 x squared plus 675 x cubed minus 900 x raised to the fourth plus 400 x raised to fifth. From a is equal to 0 to b is equals to 0.8. So exact value of the integral can be determined analytically to be 1.640533. So how we compute for the analytical value of these functions, be getting its integral. So I hope you know the rules in getting the integral of the functions. So in this case, we have the polynomial simple functions. So the integral of these functions, so we have 0.2 x raised to 1 over 1 plus uh, 25 x squared divided by 2, so that will be 12.5 minus 200 x 2 plus 1, so x cubed divided by 3 plus 675 x 3 plus 1 4 raised to 4 divided by 4 minus 900 x 4 plus 1, so raised to 5 divided by 5 plus 400 x 5 plus 1, so raised to 6 divided by 6, and with the limits of 0 to 0.8. So in lang, substitute lang yung 0 to 0.08 and you will get the 1.640533. Okay, for the exact value. Okay, for trapezoidal rules, let's compute. It's sa Excel. We'll use again Excel. So we will put the values of A and B. So we have limits from 0 to 0.8. Okay. Then compare up to values of functions of f of A and functions f of B. Okay. So f of A, that is equals to zero point 0.2 plus 25 multiplied by 0. So 0 minus 200 raised to times 0 raised to 2 is 0. 607 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. Minus, sige, ilagay natin. Plus 25 times minus 200 multiplied by raised to square 675 x raised to cube minus 900 multiplied by yeah, e, e7 4 plus 400 divided by e7 raised to so is point to dinagdag natin para makita yung function sa f of p. So that will give us a value 0.232. Okay. And then for the values of the integral or the area using trapezoidal rule, so gagawin itong formula na to. So that is equals to b minus a, the base minus a times f of a plus f of b plus f of b 87 divided by 2. Okay, the answer is 0.01728 kumpara sa true value na 1.640533. Okay, so laki ng difference. So we can compute for the error. Uy, wala din na record. So for the true error, so we have the true value 1.64 less the approximate value divided by the true value times 100%. It will give us an 89.47 error. So if you will notice, napakalaki ng error niya, no? So now we will compute for the true value of the error, no, using this formula. So we will need to get the second derivative of the functions. Okay. So for the first derivative, f of 1, f of prime. So that would be 0.2 x. So that is equals to excuse me. So that is equals to 25 minus 200 times 2. So that is 400x plus 675 times 3, 2025 x raised to squared minus okay, 600 minus 900 times 4, that is 3600 multiplied by x raised to cube plus 400 times 5, 2000 times x raised to 4. Okay, okay. Wait lang. That is steps. Oh, dali lang. So this value is the double derivative multiplied by the epsilon would be the average or the mean. So ito siya ang formula natin. Ito, the integral of the functions or the double derivative f of x, double derivative f divided by the uh, limits b minus a. So ito yung okay, so let's go back to the function. So the mean or the average f of, or the mean is the integral of these functions divided by b minus a. Okay, okay, so this is the derivative. Now for the b, so from this function, the second derivative of the functions, we will integrate, so we'll get the value of the integration. So let's go back, so integrate natin siya. So this function, integrate natin. So ano mangyayari? So negative 200 times 2, so that is negative 400. So when we integrate, magiging negative 400 x na siya. Okay. Wait. Simplify muna natin ito para hindi kaya balito. It's negative 400 plus 675 times 3 times 2, that is 4050 x minus 900 times 4 times 3, that is equals to 2800 x raised to squared plus 400 times 5 times 4 is equals to 8000 raised to cube. Ano ba yan? Mali. Text. That plus 4050x 800 squared plus 8000x cube. Okay, then integrate natin siya. So integrate from x is equal to 0 to 0.8. So ano mangyayari sa functions na to? So double derivative function, that would be negative 400 x tapos n plus 1 negative 400x. Okay, then sunod plus 4050 divided by 2, that is equal to 2025, and x n plus 1, so 1 plus 1, that is raised to squared, then minus 10,800 x cube na siya divided by 3, that is equal to 3600 x raised to 3 and plus 8000 divided by 4, that is 4000 times x raised to square. Okay, so ito na yung integrate. Then, substitute na to yung value ng 0 to 0.8. So, pag point 0, so magiging 0 siya. Then, from point 8, we'll get a value of negative 400 times point 0.8 plus 2025 times point 0.8 squared minus 3600 times point 0.8 raised to cube plus 4,000 times point 0.8 raised to fourth. That is, para wala ito. Ooh. May mali sa composition. Dapat 8,000 divided by 4, that is 2,000. 2,000 raised to the 4. Okay. Okay. 0.8 plus 2025 0.8 squared minus 36 times 0.8 raised to cube plus 2000 0.8 raised to 4. So that is give us a value of negative 48. So for the average f of double prime, so what's the formula? That is the integrate the values of the integration of these functions is equal to negative 48 divided by b minus a, so that is 0.8 minus a, so that would give us a negative 60. And for the true value of the error, true value, okay, so kini ako atong kuhaon asa na yan ito. Okay, for the true value, that would be equals to negative 1 divided by 12 times the average here times 60 times b minus a raised to cube. That would give us a value of 2.56. So that is the true value of the error. 2.56. And so that's it. Okay. Okay, next method we have the multiple application of trapezoidal rule. So it's the one way to improve the accuracy of the trapezoidal rule is to divide the integration interval from A to B into a number of segments and apply the method to each segment. So the areas of individual segments can then be added to yield the integral for the entire interval. So okay. So from a single trapezoid, so we divide this into 3 segments. So ito yung three trapezoid. So kung natin yung integrals of each trapezoid, f of x dx, f of x from this x of o to x of 1, then another from x of 1 to x of 2, and then to x of n until x of n of 1 minus 1. Okay. Then, so we're choosing trapezoidal rule for its integral needs. So, using the trapezoidal rule formula, we'll get this. So, the h, x of o minus x of 1. So, in h, that is b minus a divided by n. Okay. And so on and so forth. So, in general form, magkakaroon tayo na f of x of o. Ito yung sa star. Then, the summation of the integral functions of the x of I up to the x of n. So, this is the width and the average height. Average height summation natin ito. Okay.